The moon crowned him king. But it stole her life to do it. Before the ceremony flames cooled, he rejected her. Before dawn rose, she vanished. And before a year passed, the wolves whispered a terrifying truth. The girl he threw away did not die in exile. She was returning. Not for his heart, but for his throne. Before we dive in, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment telling us, would you forgive an alpha who chose power over you? Your engagement pushes this story to more viewers and helps the channel grow. Now, let's continue. Every alpha claims he would sacrifice anything for his mate. His title. His pride. His life. But when the moon trials demanded a choice between the throne and the girl he loved, Alpha Kaelin Thorne chose the crown. He didn't just reject Elara. He shattered her. Cast her from the pack. Stripped her name. Banished her wolf. And ascended to the throne forged in betrayal. But destiny never forgets a girl with a broken wolf and a burning heart. And when Elara returned, she didn't come back as the Omega he left in the snow. She came back with power no pack could name. She came back with wolves who bowed to her aura. She came back with the moon's mark burning on her skin. She came back to claim the throne meant for her. And Kaelin? He learned too late. Love rejected becomes the sharpest weapon of all. The moon always felt too bright on the night of the moon trials. It hung heavy and silver above the ceremonial grounds as Kaelin Thorne, heir to the Crescent Wolf Dominion, walked toward the altar with every pair of eyes fixed on him. Elara walked beside him. Not as his mate. Not as his equal. But as his childhood companion, the girl who had been destined for him long before either of them learned what the mate bond was. Her heart pounded with hope. Tonight, everything would finally fall into place. Kaelin's hand brushed hers as they approached the sacred pyre. Elara, he whispered, breath soft against her ear. After tonight, everything will change. She smiled, cheeks warming. I know. She thought he meant them. He meant the crown. The elders began the incantation. The flames roared higher. And the moon dipped lower, fixing its cold, divine gaze on Kaelin. His wolf surged beneath his skin, golden and powerful, responding to the celestial pull. Elara Thorne, the High Elder announced, turning to her. Step forward. The moon will confirm your bond. She stepped into the circle as the crowd hushed. Her heartbeat fluttered. Her breath trembled. And the moment Kaelin's gaze touched her, the bond flickered to life. A pulse. A spark. A shimmering thread between their hearts. She gasped softly. He inhaled sharply. The connection snapped open like a door waiting years to be unlocked. But then the High Elder raised a hand. Wait. A chill stabbed through Elara's spine. The Elder looked at Kaelin. Choose. Kaelin frowned. Choose what? The crown. Or the girl? Gasps echoed through the night. Elara's blood turned to ice. What? But the mate bond. The throne of the Crescent Dominion demands a sacrifice, the Elder boomed. No Alpha King may ascend with a bond that weakens him. Elara stumbled back. Weakens him? Mate bonds strengthened Alphas, everyone knew that. Unless the Elders feared her. Feared her bloodline. Her wolf. Her potential. Kaelin, she whispered, reaching for him. Don't listen to them. You don't have to choose. But Kaelin's jaw clenched. His hands shook at his sides. Elara. Her name cracked on his tongue. Elara, I. The moonlight sharpened around him, glowing like a crown of silver fire. She saw it then. His choice. His fear. His ambition. His hunger. For the throne. For power. For a legacy that didn't include her. No, she whispered, heart collapsing. Kaelin, please. He turned away. Ilara Rowan, the High Elder proclaimed. You are hereby severed from the bond. No. Her wolf screamed inside her. Her knees buckled. Kaelin, Kaelin, look at me. And from this night forward, you are exiled from the Crescent Dominion. Gasps. Screams. A cold wind that burned worse than fire. The bond snapped. Pain slashed through her chest so violently she let out an involuntary cry. Kaelin flinched. His wolf instinctively reaching for her. But he didn't turn. He didn't move. He didn't stop them. Guards grabbed her arms, dragging her away. Kaelin, she sobbed. Kaelin, please, don't do this. His voice didn't tremble. I choose the crown. Her world ended in that moment. The elders tightened the banishment sigil around her wrist. Her wolf whimpered, shrinking. Her vision blurred as the moon's light dimmed around her. Kaelin watched without expression as she disappeared into the dark. When the gates closed behind her, sealing her fate, Ilara felt something inside her shatter so deeply it echoed through the trees. And the moon, witnessing everything, whispered a truth she did not yet understand. She will return. And when she does, the throne will bow to her. Ilara didn't remember the moment she crossed the border. She remembered stumbling. She remembered the snow stinging her bare feet. She remembered the guards releasing her wrist as though her skin burned them. But after that, only darkness. Only cold. Only the echo of Kaelin's voice. I choose the crown. Those 4 words carved themselves into her bones like a curse. When Ilara collapsed deep in the forest beyond Crescent territory, she thought she would die. Exiles usually did. That was the silent truth behind banishment. The pack didn't need to kill you directly. The wilderness did it for them. Her wolf whimpered weakly inside her, its spirit fraying under the elder's suppression mark. We're fading, it whispered. We can't survive this. Ilara curled on the frozen earth. Her breath shook. Her heartbeat slowed. Her vision grew thin and watery. Is this it? She choked out, voice barely a wind. She wasn't talking to her wolf. She wasn't talking to the moon. She was talking to Kaelin. To the alpha who had once held her hand as children. Who had kissed her under the willow tree. Who had whispered dreams of ruling together. Who had promised. No elder, no prophecy, no throne will ever come before you. Her fingers clawed weakly at the snow. Liar. Her voice cracked like her heart. Liar. Tears froze on her cheeks. Why wasn't I enough? The forest didn't answer. But something else did. A flicker of heat pulsed beneath her skin. Not the mate bond. Not the suppressed wolf. Something older. Something deeper. Something forbidden. Ilara gasped as pain shot up her arm where the banishment sigil had been carved. The mark glowed faintly. Then split. Then cracked like ice under pressure. Red. Then gold. Then white hot. Ilara screamed. Her back arched violently as energy roared through her veins. Wild, ancient, electrifying. Her wolf jerked awake. What is happening? I don't know. Another wave hit. She convulsed. Her fingernails scorched the snow. Her heartbeat thundered with unnatural force. And through the agony, a voice pressed into her mind. Not her wolf. Not Kaelin. Not the moon. Something older. Child of the eclipsed line, awaken. Her eyes flew open, glowing silver. The wind shifted. The shadows recoiled. The forest bowed. Ilara. She didn't know whether she whispered it or the world did. What am I? Light burst from her chest. A brilliant celestial pulse that cracked the elder's suppression spell like brittle stone. Her wolf roared back into her body, fiercer than ever. Her senses sharpened. Her aura expanded. Her heart grew impossibly strong. It felt like breathing for the first time after drowning. But the world was still spinning when she collapsed again. This time into strong arms. A stranger's voice, gruff but warm, murmured. "Easy, little wolf. You're safe now." She blinked weakly. A tall warrior with storm grey eyes looked down at her, wrapped in a wolfskin cloak. Not Crescent. Not any pack she recognized. Behind him, shadows moved. Dozens of wolves with strange markings, watching her with wary reverence. Who are you?" she rasped. The man studied her with a gaze that saw too much. "We," he said, "are the Eclipse Pack." Her breath caught. The pack that vanished a century ago. The pack believed extinct. The pack tied to forbidden prophecy. The pack whose alpha line the Crescent Elders feared above all. Because they produced wolves destined to rival kings. Ilara's voice trembled. Why are you helping me?" The warrior crouched beside her, brushing frost from her hair. "Because the moment you cried out, the moon itself answered." Confusion fogged her mind. "What does that even?" He showed her forearm. The banishment sigil was gone. Burned away. In its place was a faint symbol. A crescent eclipsed by a glowing ring of gold. Her heart lurched. That wasn't there before. "No," the warrior said solemnly. "It awakened tonight." She stared at it, breath unsteady. "What does it mean?" The warrior bowed his head. "It means, Ilara, that you are the lost heir of our line." Her mind blanked. "And no, that's impossible. I'm nobody. Just an Omega." "Was an Omega," he corrected gently. "But now, you are something far more." Her heartbeat skipped. "What am I then?" His eyes burned with certainty. "You are a future Alpha." Her throat tightened painfully. "And the prophecy," she whispered. The wolves behind him bowed lower. "The one destined to dethrone Crescent's king," he said quietly. "The one the moon will choose over him. The one he will regret rejecting." Ilara's breath caught. Kaelin's face flashed through her mind. His choice. His betrayal. His crown. Her hands clenched. "So the elders were right," she whispered bitterly. "I am a threat." The warrior shook his head. "No. You are a balance. A reckoning made flesh." He extended his hand. "Come with us. Learn who you truly are. And when you're ready." His voice dropped to a vow. "You will return, not the broken girl who left, but the Alpha destined to take back the throne stolen from your bloodline." A slow, burning strength ignited in her chest. She took his hand. Her voice was soft, but steel-lined. "I'll return." She lifted her chin. "And when I do, he'll finally understand what he threw away." The throne room of the Crescent Dominion was colder than Kaelin remembered. Maybe because he filled it alone now. Maybe because power, once sweet, tasted like ash. Or maybe because every time he looked at the moon hanging above the skylight, he heard a voice he'd spent 3 years trying, and failing, to forget. "Kaelin, don't do this. Choose me." And his own answer, the one that haunted him. "I choose the crown." He forced the memory away. He had a kingdom to rule. He had elders watching his every step. He had alliances to maintain. Warriors to train. Borders to guard. And yet, every night, when the halls fell silent, he wondered if she had died out there. He wondered if her last thought had been of him. He wondered if he deserved the ache lodged permanently behind his ribs. You killed her, the guilt whispered. Not with claws. Not with teeth. But with choice. He shook the thought away as Elder Marrow approached, the same elder who had demanded he choose the crown that night. Your Majesty, Marrow said, bowing stiffly. A disturbance at the eastern border. Unidentified wolves. Not Crescent. Not neighboring packs. Kaelan straightened. How many? Dozens. He stiffened. Threat level. Marrow hesitated, which he rarely did. Weak. Yet strong. Kaelan frowned. What kind of answer is that? They move like alphas, Marrow murmured, but their aura feels eclipsed. Kaelan's heart jolted violently in his chest. Eclipsed. No. No, it couldn't be. The Eclipse Pack was myth. Ghost stories. Whispers used to frighten young wolves into obedience. A bloodline so powerful the moon itself hid it from prophecy. Send scouts, Kaelan ordered. I'll join them. Marrow stiffened. Your Majesty, that's not wise. Then call it reckless, Kaelan snapped. But I lead my own patrols. His wolf pushed beneath his skin, restless, uneasy, pacing like something was coming. He hadn't heard from the bond in years. It had gone silent the night Elara was exiled. He assumed it had died with her. But tonight, something tugged at him. Something faint. Something familiar. Something terrifying. Elara. He closed his eyes. No. She's gone. She has to be. She. A sharp flare of energy struck his senses. Kaelan's head snapped toward the great doors. The patrol captain burst into the hall, face pale. Your Majesty, someone has breached the gates. Kaelan rose immediately. Rogues? No, the captain rasped. Not rogues. Not Crescent. Something else. Then what are they? Kaelan demanded. The captain swallowed. They walked straight through our defensive line. Warriors fell to their knees. They didn't attack. They just stood there. Waiting. Kaelan's heart pounded. Waiting for what? As if answering him. The throne room doors blew open. Wind roared through the hall. Torches flickered violently. The guards in front of him were thrown back. Kaelan took one step forward, jaw clenched, wolf rising beneath his skin. And then he saw her. Standing in the ruined doorway. Cloaked in obsidian and silver. Flanked by silent warriors with crescent black markings. Her hair longer, wilder, streaked with moonlit strands. Her aura no longer fragile. But fearlessly, impossibly dominant. Her eyes. Once soft, hopeful, trembling with devotion. Now glowed like twin eclipsed moons. Elara. Alive. Kaelan's breath stopped. His chest locked. His wolf slammed forward inside him, howling her name so loudly he staggered. Elara. The name escaped him without permission. Her gaze slid to him, slow, deliberate, assessing. Cold. Controlled. Unbreakable. The girl he rejected had died in the snow. This woman was something else entirely. Her lips curved, not kindly. Hello, Kaelan. 3 years of silence condensed into those 2 words. Kaelan swallowed hard, forcing air back into his lungs. You're alive. Yes, she said simply. You sound disappointed. His jaw clenched. Elara, Her gaze sharpened. Don't say you're sorry. He froze. You don't deserve to be sorry. His heart cracked. Her wolf energy flooded the hall like rising water. Dense, ancient, powerful enough to make seasoned warriors drop their weapons. The elders stiffened. Elder Marrow stepped forward sharply. "Impossible," he hissed. "You should have died in exile." "The banishment sigil." Ilara lifted her arm. The mark she bore glowed faintly. Not the sigil. Not the wound. A symbol of pure moon-forged lineage. An eclipse crest. Marrow recoiled. No. No, this cannot be. Kaelin stared at the mark. "Ilara, what happened to you?" She offered him a soft, almost pitying smile. "You gave me freedom, Kaelin. The kind that only comes from losing everything." She stepped forward, wolves flanking her like shadows. "And I gained what you never wanted me to have." "What?" he whispered. She lifted her chin. "A kingdom." The hall exploded with whispers. "Ilara," Kaelin breathed, chest tightening painfully. "Why are you here?" Her eyes met his, and for one fragile second he saw the girl he ruined. Then the moment vanished. She spoke with the authority of someone who no longer bled for him. "I'm here for what's mine." Kaelin's pulse spiked. "What are you claiming?" Her answer struck him like a blade. "Your throne." The hall fell silent. Kaelin stared at her. At the power she radiated. At the certainty in her stance. At the prophecy he ignored. At the future he never saw coming. "Ilara," his voice was raw. "You can't mean." "Oh, I mean every word." Her warriors parted behind her, revealing a banner. Black. Silver. And marked with the eclipse crest. Ilara's voice carried like the moon speaking through her. "I challenge the Crescent Dominion for leadership." Gasps. Shouts. Elders panicking. Kaelin felt the world tilt. "You would challenge me," he rasped. Ilara held his gaze, unblinking. "No, Kaelin." Her voice dropped to a deadly whisper. "I came to replace you." For a moment, the throne room was silent. Not the peaceful kind of silence, but the suffocating, electrified quiet before a storm tears the sky open. Kaelin stared at Ilara like she was a ghost. Like she was a nightmare. Like she was the answer to a question he had never dared to ask. What happens to a mate you betray? She becomes something you can't defeat. "Ilara," he breathed, stepping down from the dais as if pulled by an invisible thread. "You don't know what you're doing." She lifted her chin, expression carved from cold moonlight. "I know exactly what I'm doing." Her wolves, those quiet, deadly shadows, fanned out behind her. None bore crescent markings. Their aura was wrong for pack wolves, but perfect for something older. Something eclipse. Kaelin swallowed hard. "This is madness," Elder Marrow snapped, voice trembling. "An exile cannot challenge a king." Ilara turned her head slightly. "Funny. You didn't seem to care much for rules when you exiled me." Marrow flinched. Kaelin stepped between them, voice low. "Ilara, this will kill you." Her eyes didn't waver. "You already did." The words cut deeper than claws. Kaelin's breath caught, pain rippling through the bond he thought had died with her. But now it pulsed faintly, weak, distant, wounded. Like a ghost knocking on a locked door. "Ilara, please. Don't," she warned. "Don't use my name like you still have that right." The floor seemed to tilt beneath him. She moved closer, each step measured, controlled, powerful. 3 years ago, she said quietly, "You chose power over me. You chose fear over love. You chose a crown made of rot." His chest tightened. "And now you think you can stop me from taking back what your elders stole from my bloodline?" Her voice lowered to a razor's whisper. "Don't flatter yourself, Kaelin. My challenge isn't about you." He was trembling. He, the Alpha King, was trembling. Then what is it about? Her answer was soft. Justice. A murmur rippled through the hall. Kaelin swallowed. Ilara, the eclipse line died out. The elders confirmed it. There is no claimant. Her lips curved. Then perhaps the elders were wrong. Marrow choked. No. No, you cannot be. Your lineage was tested. The sigil. I shattered your sigil, she interrupted. And the moon chose to reveal what you spent decades burying. She lifted her arm. The eclipse crest glowed, humming with power. Warriors gasped. Some stepped back. Others bowed. Kaelin felt the bottom drop out of his world. Your bloodline, Ilara said softly, stole the Crescent Throne from mine. That isn't true, Kaelin whispered, even as doubt twisted in his gut. The Thorn line has always been chosen, she finished for him. Her voice dripped with something between amusement and pity. You poor, sheltered king. Did you never wonder why the moon fights you every time you shift? He stiffened. How do you? Her eyes didn't blink. Because the moon punishes thieves. A shockwave of murmurs tore through the hall. Kaelin staggered backward, breath shuddering. Ilara, please, don't do this. She stepped closer, lowering her voice so only he could hear. I didn't come to destroy you, Kaelin. Hope flickered in him, small, desperate, fragile. She leaned in. I came to show you what you destroyed. The hope died. Before he could speak, Ilara turned to the elders. I invoke the right of lunar ascendance. Gasps exploded. Kaelin inhaled sharply. Ilara, stop, those rites haven't been performed in centuries. They are lethal. She met his gaze. So was your rejection. His wolf scratched violently beneath his skin. He couldn't breathe. Ilara. I didn't reject you because I didn't love you. Her expression flickered, just once. A crack in the armor. Then it closed. You had a choice, she said. I begged you. And you chose the crown. He stepped forward, voice raw. I chose the kingdom, because the elders told me if I accepted you, if I bonded with you, the Crescent Dominion would collapse. They said your bloodline was cursed. She laughed. It wasn't a sweet laugh. Or a bitter one. It was heartbreaking. Cursed, she repeated. Is that what they told you? That I was cursed? That my wolf was flawed? That my blood would destroy your reign? He nodded stiffly. And you believed them? He froze. You believed them over me? His heart cracked. Ilara exhaled slowly. You know what the truth is, Kaelin. She took one step closer. The moon didn't reject me. A second step. The world didn't reject me. A third. You did. And it almost killed her. Kaelin's voice broke. Ilara, please, just let me explain. You can explain after the rite, she said, turning away. Ilara. She didn't look back. Prepare the arena. Her wolves moved as one. The elders scrambled. The entire throne room erupted in chaos. But Kaelin remained still. Frozen. Breathless. Terrified. Because before she turned away, he sensed something in her. Not hatred. Not vengeance. Not wrath. But heartbreak so deep it had reshaped her into a weapon. Ilara, he whispered, but she was already gone. And Kaelin realized something with horrifying clarity. He didn't fear her challenging him. He feared losing her again. The right arena had not been used in a century. Stone bleachers half buried in vines. Ancient runes carved into the earth. A circular battleground the moon itself once illuminated during trials of dominance, ascension, and execution. Tonight, it awakened. Silver fire flared through the runes as the moon rose violently fast, responding not to Crescent tradition, but to Ilara. Kaelin stood on the far end of the arena, chest tight, breath uneven, wolf pacing in anguish beneath his skin. He had fought countless battles, but he had never feared like this. Because this wasn't just a challenge. This was a reckoning. Torches ignited along the walls as Ilara stepped into the arena. Her Eclipse wolves stayed at the boundary, silent and still. Ilara walked alone. And yet she carried herself with more power than any Alpha Kaelin had ever seen. Her cloak fell away, revealing her new form. Leather armor lined with silver crescents. A blade strapped at her thigh. The Eclipse crest glowing softly on her shoulder. Her hair loose, rippling like a dark river in the wind. She looked like the moon had sculpted her from its own heart. Kaelin felt something inside him collapse. Ilara. Her name broke from him like a prayer. She didn't answer. Her gaze swept the arena, assessing, unbothered, sovereign. The elders stepped forward, voices trembling. Ilara Rowan, Elder Marrow called. You invoke the right of lunar ascendance. Do you accept the terms of challenge, knowing death is a probable outcome? Ilara's voice was cold and clear. I accept. Kaelin stepped forward sharply. Ilara, you don't need to do this. Silence, King Thorn, Marrow snapped. You are not permitted to sway the challenger. Kaelin bared his teeth slightly. But Ilara lifted a hand. Don't, she said without looking at him. I don't need protection. He swallowed. I never wanted to protect you from the throne, he whispered. I wanted to protect you from becoming what the elders feared. She met his eyes then. And the raw hurt behind her cool expression nearly brought him to his knees. You didn't protect me, she said softly. You abandoned me. The words hollowed him out. The elders raised their staffs. By ancient right, Marrow intoned, the throne shall be claimed by battle of dominance. Wolf against wolf. Power against power. Blood against blood. He struck his staff. Let the right begin. The runes erupted in silver flame. Kaelin's wolf surged violently. Ilara, wait, he staggered forward, chest tight. Please. I don't want to fight you. She lifted her chin. That's the difference between us, Kaelin. Her aura expanded, shimmering with Eclipse energy. I didn't come here to fight you. Relief hit him like a wave. Until she added. I came here to win. His relief shattered. Her wolf aura burst outward. Silent, powerful, rippling through the arena with ancient force. Kaelin's breath hitched. Ilara, what did they make you? She smirked. Something you can't control. He closed his eyes once. When he opened them, his wolf surged forward. He shifted in a burst of golden light. A massive wolf of amber fur and molten eyes hit the ground, claws carving into stone. He growled once. A warning, a plea, a heartbreak. Across the arena, Ilara inhaled. And then. Silver eclipsed light exploded around her. Her spine arched. Her bones reshaped. Her wolf burst forth. Not the timid creature she once carried, but a breathtaking, celestial beast. Her fur was midnight black streaked with silver crescents. Her eyes glowed white. Her aura roared with alpha dominance strong enough to make every crescent wolf watching drop to their knees unintentionally. Even Kaelin stumbled. Her wolf was horrifyingly beautiful. A creature reborn not from love but betrayal. She stepped forward. He stepped back. Then she attacked. Not recklessly. Not blindly. With precision. With training. With power Kaelin had never imagined she possessed. Her claws slashed across his shoulder. Fast enough he barely blocked. The sting of her touch sent energy pulsing under his skin. He growled in pain and awe. She circled him. Not like a challenger. Like a predator tasting the air. His wolf whimpered inside him. Mate. He forced it down. Not now. If she kills us. Ilara lunged again. Kaelin dodged, barely. She's too fast. She slammed into him, knocking him into the arena wall. Stone cracked. His ribs throbbed. He staggered up, panting. Ilara, stop, listen to me. She didn't stop. She didn't hesitate. She didn't falter. Because she hadn't come for dialogue. She had come for justice. She pounced. He countered. Their wolves crashed in an eruption of silver and gold light. Claws. Teeth. Auras smashing into each other like storms colliding. Wolves watching bowed instinctively under the sheer force of their clash. But Kaelin wasn't fighting to win. He was fighting to not lose her again. And that made him weaker. She pinned him in seconds. Fangs bared, ready to strike. His wolf yelped beneath her. Ilara, please, look at me. Her wolf hesitated. Just for a heartbeat. Because beneath the fury. Beneath the power. Beneath the new alpha she had become. His mate still lived. Ilara. I loved you, he choked out. And I never stopped. Her wolf froze. Her breath hitched. But then her eyes hardened. She shifted back into human form, fury and heartbreak radiating from her. Kaelin shifted too. Falling to his knees, bleeding, shaking, trembling under the eyes of every wolf present. Ilara stood over him. Dominant. Powerful. Heartbroken. Love doesn't look like abandonment, she whispered. Love doesn't sound like rejection. Her voice cracked. Love doesn't kill. His throat tightened. Ilara, please. Tell me the truth, Kaelin. Her voice trembled. Did you ever choose me? He lifted his eyes to hers, broken. Yes. Her breath hitched violently. Then why didn't you? He swallowed. Because I was a coward. She staggered back. The admission struck her harder than claws. Harder than betrayal. Harder than the fight itself. Kaelin rose slowly, blood dripping down his arm. Give me a chance, he whispered. One chance to choose you now. The arena held its breath. Ilara shook her head. Tears finally spilling. You don't get to choose me when I've already learned to stand without you. She lifted her hand. Her crest glowed. Kaelin's heart lurched. Ilara. She spoke the words that changed everything. I claim the Crescent Dominion. The moon answered. A beam of silver light descended. Not toward Kaelin. But toward her. The arena erupted. The elders screamed. Kaelin's wolf howled. And Ilara. Ilara stepped into the light. The silver beam engulfed Ilara like a falling star. Wolves shielded their eyes. Elders stumbled back in terror. Kaelin dropped to one knee, breath ripped from his lungs as the moon's power crushed the air around him. Not because it aimed at him. But because it ignored him. All his life, the crescent moon had answered him reluctantly, like choosing him was an inconvenience. But now? It chose Ilara with a devotion that shook the earth. Ilara stood in the center of the beam, her hair whipping around her, her silhouette trembling with power as runes awakened across her skin. Ancient markings no living wolf had seen in centuries. Her wolf howled within her, a sound that echoed across the arena like a prophecy fulfilled. Kaelin pushed to his feet, bracing against the force as he fought to speak. Ilara, what's happening? She opened her eyes. They glowed pure white. The truth, she whispered. The moonlight surged. Her aura expanded so violently that the bleachers cracked. Several warriors collapsed to their knees under the weight of it. Elder Marrow screamed. "Stop her! She cannot ascend, she is Eclipse blood. It will destroy us all." Kaelin snapped. His eyes flared gold as he turned on the elders. "You knew." His voice thundered across the arena. "You knew she wasn't cursed, she was chosen." Marrow stumbled backward, staff shaking. The Eclipse line was forbidden. A threat to the Crescent Throne. "We did what we had to." Kaelin seized him by the collar, lifting him off the ground. "What you had to?" he growled. "You lied to me. You made me reject her. You made me believe she would destroy the Dominion." Marrow spit blood, hissing, "She will." Kaelin's grip tightened. "No," he whispered. "You already did." A pulse of power from Ilara knocked them apart. Kaelin staggered, eyes wide, as her transformation reached its crescendo. Ilara rose slowly into the air. Her hair floating. Her aura blazing silver black. Her heartbeat syncing with the moon's own rhythm. When her feet touched the ground again, the beam withdrew. And the arena exhaled. Wolves stared in shock. Elders cowered. Her eclipse pack bowed. Ilara looked like a living eclipse. Divine. Immovable. Wolf and moon fused into one. Kaelin stepped forward, voice trembling. "Ilara, what did the moon show you?" She turned to him. And tears glimmered on her lashes. "Everything." Her voice cracked softly. "The truth of my bloodline. The lie of Crescent history. The betrayal that shaped this kingdom." "What betrayal?" Kaelin rasped. Ilara lifted her hand. A projection of light spun from her palm. An illusion crafted by moon magic. It showed wolves of Crescent and Eclipse lineage once united. It showed an Eclipse Alpha standing beside a Crescent Alpha. Partners, mates, equals. Then. A coup. Crescent warriors slaughtering Eclipse heirs. Elders chanting suppression spells. Children of the Eclipse line scattered, hunted, erased. Ilara's jaw tightened. "My ancestors didn't rebel," she said. "They didn't seek the throne." The illusion shifted. Showing a young woman fleeing with an infant, the last heir. "They were wiped out," Ilara whispered. "For power." Kaelin's heart crumbled. "Ilara. I didn't know." Her gaze broke. "I know," she said softly. "That's why it hurts." He reached toward her. She stepped back. His hand dropped. "Ilara, let me fix this. Let me stand with you." "You can't fix this," she whispered. "Not with words." Kaelin swallowed. "Then tell me how." Her lips parted. "Then. Submit to her." The shout came from Marrow, who had regained his footing and pointed his staff directly at Kaelin. "She carries the forbidden line, kill her before she ascends fully." The elders raised their staffs, launching a barrage of moonlight chains meant to bind Ilara. Kaelin moved first. He shifted mid-air, his golden wolf slamming into the chains to shatter them. Wolves gasped. He landed between Ilara and the elders, his wolf massive, snarling, fangs barred. Marrow staggered back. "Why you defend her? She's a threat to your reign." Kaelin's growl shook the ground. "She is my mate." The hall erupted. Ilara froze. Her breath hitched sharply. Marrow screeched, "You rejected the bond." Kaelin's wolf turned its burning gaze on her. Raw, pleading, aching. "I never rejected her in my heart." Ilara's fingers tightened. Tears welled. But she shook her head slowly. "That doesn't undo what you did." Kaelin shifted back. Bleeding, trembling, desperate. "Ilara. I was wrong." I was weak. I listened to fear instead of listening to you. I won't make that mistake again. Her aura flickered, torn. Kaelin stepped closer, voice breaking. Fight the elders. Fight the lies. Fight the prophecy. But don't fight me. Her breath trembled. You say that now. He reached out. But where was this Kaelin 3 years ago? His hand froze inches from hers. Where was the man who promised to stand beside me? Where was the mate who told me I mattered more than politics? Where was the alpha who swore he would never let fear take me from him? His shoulders collapsed. She swallowed. It took losing your kingdom to realize you wanted me. That's not true. It is. Her voice broke. And I can't afford to be the woman who waits for you to choose her again. Kaelin's chest shattered. Elara, please. But before he could finish, a new voice boomed across the arena. Enough. A shadow fell over the arena. A wolf stepped out. Massive. Ancient. Marked with runes Kaelin had never seen. Every wolf bowed instinctively. Even Elara stiffened. The stranger's aura crackled with cosmic power. Elara of the Eclipse, the ancient wolf intoned. You have ascended. But your trial is not over. Kaelin's heart seized. What trial? The ancient wolf's gaze flicked between them. The mate bond severed by betrayal must be confronted. If she cannot face it, she cannot rule. If you cannot endure it, you cannot survive. Elara's breath stilled. Kaelin stepped forward. What must we endure? The ancient wolf's eyes burned. Your hearts. Your wolves. Your truth. Elara Rowan. Kaelin Thorne. You will enter the Moonwell together. If your bond survives, you may both live. If it fails, one of you will die. Gasps tore through the arena. Kaelin froze. Elara trembled. Their eyes locked. The moon above them cracked with power. Destiny demanded blood. And love. Love demanded everything else. Silence. Complete silence. Every wolf in the arena felt the air shift. As if the moon itself held its breath. The ancient wolf, massive, silver-edged, older than any elder, lifted its head toward the sky. The Moonwell has opened. A rift appeared at the center of the arena. A pool of liquid starlight swirling in a perfect circle, glowing with silver-black fire. Kaelin swallowed hard. Elara. We don't have to do this. We can find another way. There is no other way, she said, voice steady though her hands trembled. If I am to take the throne, if you are to reclaim your honor, if the truth of us is to be settled, the Moonwell demands to see our hearts. Kaelin stepped closer, but she didn't retreat this time. Elara, he whispered, I don't want to hurt you. She looked up at him, eyes shining with a grief older than her years. Then you shouldn't have chosen the crown. The words hit him like claws. But then she added, softer, almost broken. And you shouldn't have let me believe you didn't love me. His wolf whimpered inside him. Elara, please, listen to me. You have to know, I never stopped. Not for a single breath. Her throat tightened. For 3 years, she whispered, I begged myself to believe that. Tears escaped him before he could stop them. Elara. I'm so sorry. She closed her eyes. Not to shut him out. But because the pain of hearing it now was almost too much. The ancient wolf stepped forward. Enter. The Moonwell expanded outward, flooding the arena with moonlight. Kaelin reached for Elara's hand. She hesitated. But didn't pull away. Her fingers touched his. Warm. Familiar. Shaking. Just like the first time they'd ever touched. Ready, he whispered. No, she breathed. But I'm not running this time. They stepped forward. And the world disappeared. Everything was weightless. Silent. Dark. Glowing. Ilara hovered in a void of silver mist, while Kaelin floated across from her, close but somehow impossibly far. A voice, not the ancient wolf, not the moon, but something higher, echoed around them. Show your truths. Ilara gasped as visions slammed into her. Laughing with Kaelin beneath the willow tree. Sharing the first stirrings of the mate bond at 15. Hearing him promise, I will never choose anything over you. Her heart broke all over again. Kaelin's vision flared. She saw it through him. The elders whispering, warning him. If you choose her, Crescent will fall. Her line brings ruin. You will lose the throne. She saw Kaelin's hands shaking the night of the trials. Saw him look at her. With love. And paralyzing terror. Saw him break. Saw him choose wrong. Ilara whimpered, clutching her chest. Kaelin, you were scared. He closed his eyes, agony ripping through him. I was a coward. And I paid the price, she whispered. And so did I, he said fiercely. Every night. Every day. Ilara, my wolf died the moment they dragged you away. She trembled. The moon well pulsed. Reveal your hearts. Suddenly she saw another memory. The mate bond severed by betrayal must be confronted. If she cannot face it, she cannot rule. If you cannot endure it, you cannot survive. Ilara's breath stilled. Kaelin stepped forward. What must we endure? The ancient wolf's eyes burned. Your hearts. Your wolves. Your truth. Ilara Rowan. Kaelin Thorne. You will enter the moon well together. If your bond survives, you may both live. If it fails, one of you will die. Gasps tore through the arena. Kaelin froze. Ilara trembled. Their eyes locked. The moon above them cracked with power. Destiny demanded blood. And love. Love demanded everything else. Silence. Complete silence. Every wolf in the arena felt the air shift. As if the moon itself held its breath. The ancient wolf, massive, silver-edged, older than any elder, lifted its head toward the sky. The moon well has opened. A rift appeared at the center of the arena. A pool of liquid starlight swirling in a perfect circle, glowing with silver-black fire. Kaelin swallowed hard. Ilara. We don't have to do this. We can find another way. There is no other way, she said, voice steady though her hands trembled. If I am to take the throne, if you are to reclaim your honor, if the truth of us is to be settled, the moon well demands to see our hearts. Kaelin stepped closer, but she didn't retreat this time. Ilara, he whispered, I don't want to hurt you. She looked up at him, eyes shining with a grief older than her years. Then you shouldn't have chosen the crown. The words hit him like claws. But then she added, softer, almost broken. And you shouldn't have let me believe you didn't love me. His wolf whimpered inside him. Ilara, please, listen to me. You have to know, I never stopped. Not for a single breath. Her throat tightened. For 3 years, she whispered, I begged myself to believe that. Tears escaped him before he could stop them. Ilara. I'm so sorry. She closed her eyes. Not to shut him out. But because the pain of hearing it now was almost too much. The ancient wolf stepped forward. Enter. The moon well expanded outward, flooding the arena with moonlight. Kaelin reached for Ilara's hand. She hesitated. But didn't pull away. Her fingers touched his. Warm. Familiar. Shaking. Just like the first time they'd ever touched. Ready, he whispered. No, she breathed. But I'm not running this time. They stepped forward. And the world disappeared. Everything was weightless. Silent. Dark. Glowing. Ilara hovered in a void of silver mist, while Kaelin floated across from her, close but somehow impossibly far. A voice, not the ancient wolf, not the moon, but something higher, echoed around them. Show your truths. Ilara gasped as visions slammed into her. Laughing with Kaelin beneath the willow tree. Sharing the first stirrings of the mate bond at 15. Hearing him promise, I will never choose anything over you. Her heart broke all over again. Kaelin's vision flared. She saw it through him. The elders whispering, warning him. If you choose her, Crescent will fall. Her line brings ruin. You will lose the throne. She saw Kaelin's hands shaking the night of the trials. Saw him look at her. With love. And paralyzing terror. Saw him break. Saw him choose wrong. Ilara whimpered, clutching her chest. Kaelin, you were scared. He closed his eyes, agony ripping through him. I was a coward. And I paid the price, she whispered. And so did I, he said fiercely. Every night. Every day. Ilara, my wolf died the moment they dragged you away. She trembled. The moon well pulsed. Reveal your hearts. Suddenly she saw another memory.